Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about the possibilities of references in Kong Skull Island. Now, there are actually way more monsters in this movie than you think. There is King Kong, obviously, the small skull crawler, the large skull crawler, the Godzilla, Mothra, Rodan, and King Ghidorah reference, surprisingly a Manada reference, and one that I'm surprised not a lot of people got. There's actually a GAMERA reference that might actually lead into a Godzilla versus GAMERA, which is what I really want to see. So, how I believe this is going to play out is Godzilla is going to fight the three monsters, and he's going to start losing, and in the distance you're going to hear King Kong roar. Now, for the 2020 movie, Godzilla versus King Kong, I think they're going to mind control, like, in Kong Skull Island. They talk about how there are people that look into aliens, so this might be a bit far-fetched, but there might actually be, they might have actually found some aliens and worked with them to kind of destroy Monarch because they brought them down a couple pegs. So they would have Godzilla fight King Kong. Godzilla would eventually come out on top. And then Godzilla, still being mind controlled, would start destroying the city because they wouldn't be able to stop the mind control because the aliens actually wanted to destroy the city all along. And you'll see a fireball off in the distance. It'll hit Godzilla and he'll be like, "What was that?" And you'll see a new style of GAMERA land on the ground. Then, I don't know how Manada is going to fit into all this. He might not even appear. It might have just been a clever little reference or just a coincidence. But I think there's a very good possibility that he might make it into Godzilla King of Monsters as like a little Easter egg. And then maybe into like a full-on Godzilla versus Manada movie. I might as well talk about where the references were. The GAMERA reference was in the very beginning credits, like the opening credits. The Castle Beta nuclear explosion was referenced. At one part, the tracker was talking about you're looking for a dragon. And Castle Beta in Godzilla 2014 was nicknamed Lucky Dragon Operation. And they find those ruins. We've got Rodan, King Ghidorah, Mothra, and Godzilla. And it looks like they've been playing this for a long time because we had a Mothra reference in Godzilla 2014. And I kind of thought that it was going to be Rodan when I saw the first Muto trailer. Manada, if you don't know, was in the end credit scene when there's that serpent that's going around the monarch symbol, and King Kong is young, so this movie's probably gonna take place in a futuristic, not futuristic, but a, closer to end, and I think, closer to maybe 2030 or something, just so we can get a little look at the future and what it might hold for these monsters. I think how Godzilla is going to kill Kong at the end is he's probably going to team up with the skull crawlers, which would actually be a really interesting development if those were baby Godzilla. And that large skull crawler was just one that was going to turn into the legendary Godzilla, because Manila looks like Godzilla, the skull crawlers look like legendary Godzilla. It makes sense. But the only thing I can't hold up with that theory is that, they don't have any arms, but maybe it's going to be a new evolution of Godzilla, and then there could be a cool little fight scene between the skull crawlers and Godzilla. But that's just what I think is going to happen. GAMERA versus Godzilla is probably not going to happen until 2022, but I mean, it's probably something that could be on the radar very soon.